My beautiful people, welcome to Everything About Football. Here we'll be giving you the insights, the do's and don'ts on football, and the correct analysis of your favorite club. That's what we'll be doing on this show. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. At the same time, turn on the notification bell so that anytime we drop a new video, you'll be the first to know. And if you actually make it to the end of this video, my brother, my sister, you'll be winning a free order you can use on any sporting bet to win big. We are giving you a free order to win big at the same time. Please subscribe and share this video and give us a thumb up, and let's just get into the video right now. Okay, welcome back. Yes. You can see it's 2 of us here today, and this is how we'll be doing it. My own name is Shodi Pomotiasi, but for this show, you can call me VJTY, and I'm also having here.
My name is Adeyinka Oluwaseun David, popularly known as Awo.
Awu. Yes, we'll be giving you the insights to the football life and everything. And today, our topic for today will be based on injuries. Injuries like the season has just started, but at the same time, there's been a lot of injuries going on.
There has been a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Especially the Premier League.
I like seriously, I can with Manchester United having the highest injury at the moment.
Yes, Manchester United is having a list of 9 injuries players, which most of them are coming back by December. And it has been really affecting the team.
Yeah, we can tell from the way they play, like from their winning today, losing tomorrow, and the go drought tomorrow, and we come back to winning ways, and not too long going back to the
Manchester United. It has been affecting them a lot, especially their defense line. If you watch their 2-3 last matches, you will be seeing that Sofyan Amrabat is playing defensive.
Yes,
that's not his normal wing.
Normal.
He is a defensive midfielder.
Yes,
but if you watch the last 2-3 matches, he has been playing defensive. He has been playing defensively just because there is lack of player there. So he has been playing there. He has been feeling that role. So,
and we can say this is the coach problem, because he can only work with what he have at the moment.
Definitely, we can't blame the coach, but on the other side, we can also blame him.
In what way? Let me know that.
And when you should know that all these things, definitely it may happen. At least you should have about 2-3 players that can play each role.
But you and I know that when it comes to Manchester United, coach doesn't really decide the players that comes in and goes out when we are talking about buying and selling. So then we can actually say what you're talking about is the management problem.
Definitely.
Not the coach.
Not the coach. If Wan-Bissaka now is having injury.
Yeah.
Which Regular now has also gone on injury. So we have Shaw is also on injury. Maino Kobe is also on injury. Martinez is also on injury. Varane is also on injury. So we have a list of players like that which has been on injury and which has been affecting Manchester United a lot.
Massively. Another big club like that is going through injury, and I think they have 1 or 2 key players that might actually affect the injury.
The other team which I see that they have a player which is on injury is Manchester City, which is Kevin De Bruyne. And it's not even affecting the team. If you see,
he's not affecting the team because they still have other
quality players that can fulfill the role. That's what I'm saying. At least being a coach, you should have a plan A and plan B.
And being you playing in Premier League, knowing how active Premier League
and is. You should know that Premiership is so shocky. A lot of matches.
And not too much time to rest, so it is probability that fatigue will be coming in. But the difference this time around is that early season, the season that just started, they've not played more than 6 matches in the league, but now almost look at the outrageous injury in Premier League, counting up to 6 main clubs having injuries. Aston Villa has some players on injury.
Chelsea has a lot of
players on injury. And
Kuku, they have a lot of
most
injury.
of these players are not players that are coming back in few days. They're having like 6 matches, 8 matches, and
Wesley Fofana is out of the season.
Out of season.
It will be coming back by May next year.
Yeah.
By then, the season is over already.
The season is over already.
Kuku will be coming back by December. They have a lot of players like that. But actually, all of them, most of them will be coming back by December. So Kevin De Bruyne will be coming back by January. And there's no even probability of that January.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. But what do you think with this international break coming on? I think it will give 1 or 2 clubs some time to regroup, because some players will be obviously called for their international assignment. Definitely. And some players no go anywhere. They go there around.
Definitely.
So I think this is another moment for clubs to regroup, especially clubs that play in both Champions League and Premier League and other their leagues like that. Look at Manchester United. Manchester United is playing in Champions League and they are performing woefully. Like their performance is nothing to write home about. And this still boils out to them having most of their key players that could actually change things on injury. Now look at Casemiro.
Casemiro is not on injury.
He's not on injury, but
he's having a red card
in Champions League. That means he's going to miss the next Champions League match,
yes,
which they already have. And it's a must-win match for them
against Copenhagen. It's a
must-win match.
And the next match will determine their fate.
Of course, and having a player like Casemiro
missing the next
match and knowing what he can actually bring to the table and to the team.
This international break will really help most of the teams, because before the international break, I think about 3 to 4 players of Manchester United players will be back by then. Luke Shaw will be back. Should be back before then. And Varane should be back before then. So they have a list of players like that that I think they will be back before then, and it will really help the team in competing in the Champions League, because the next match now for Manchester United in the Champions League now will determine their fate
in the Champions League.
If they cannot win the next match now, they are right off in the Champions League.
So I want to drive back from another club that is not actually in the Champions League, and actually 2 clubs, Chelsea and Liverpool.
Chelsea has a list of injury
players, and with them not having much to do this season, they are not in the Europa, they are not in the Champions League, so they are mainly just playing the FA
Carling Cup and
Premiership. So I think they have a lot of time to actually rest and not much fatigue. But with them, they actually spend a lot this season. We all know that they are big spender with money bag all around, just spending anyhow. But at the same time, the quality of players they bought has not really shown.
You know what, you are right with what you said. But if you look presently now, Chelsea has a lot of injury players. Ben Chilwell is on injury. Reece James is on injury. I'm mentioning their key players. Nkunku is on injury.
He's also on injury.
Yes. But Nkunku, I think Nkunku will be back.
In a few days time,
he will be back. And Reece James will also be back in this month. So and Ben Chilwell will also be back. So I think with them, it will really help them, because they are not playing the Champions League, they are not playing the Europa, they are not playing the Conference League. So it really gives them time to rest and prepare when other people are competing in the Champions League. So it will give them time to rest and to regroup themselves against the next match. So they are not having a lot of features.
At the same time, Liverpool didn't perform too well last season. We all know that. But this season, it's as if they are picking up 1 or 2. Not to mention what happened to them in their last 2 matches ago, that they had issue with the ref, or offside or no offside. But except from that, Liverpool has been actually kicking up in some places, and they are actually doing well in their Europa. But I think they have 1 or 2 players on injury.
If you look at the list of players that they have on injuries, it's not mainly their key players. If you want to measure if you just want to say maybe they have some key players on injury, you'll be mentioning Thiago Alcantara. And to me, Thiago Alcantara now is not even their major players. To me now, Liverpool is not having a lot of injury players, because if you see, they are doing really well, both in the Premier League, in the Europa. they are doing well.
But these players are players that can actually come on.
Yes, if they are needed.
If they are needed.
And they will definitely change game.
If they are deliver what you want them. But now that they are not around, and we know Liverpool for struggling once in a while.
Yes.
We know Liverpool for struggling once in a while. They've actually struggled like 2 matches this season. That they needed to come back one. They actually didn't know what to do.
They did that this season.
Yes, so with this kind of player, Alcantara especially, for what he can do.
Yes, you are right. But
are we not seeing this affecting them too in the injury ways?
To me, I don't see it affecting them, because with the likes of player they have, Szoboszlai and Mac Allister, they are performing. They are really doing well. But I believe that the best of Mac Allister is yet to come. You will see the best of Mac Allister. Let's just give them time.
Give them time, because Mac Allister, we know what Mac Allister can do.
Yes.
And now he's still not performing up to expectation. And even the fans are actually complaining about that. Mac Allister, knowing fully well what is capable of doing as a player and the ability he has, and not actually bringing that on table in Liverpool, is actually something that has been turning head.
Yes, because he has proven himself in many ways. In the World Cup, he has proven himself. At Brighton. He also showed he did a lot.
Yes.
And he shows what he's capable of doing. So, and I believe that the best of Mac Allister is yet to come. But I believe with time, adaptation of player to other players is
okay. Let me just say, if you are going to give Mac Allister your own time frame, like when will you expect him to actually adapt fully well with the?
I know before December.
Before December.
Yes, I believe he's going to adapt with the other players.
We are here. We are checking. So before December,
quote me by my word.
No problem.
You will see the best. You will see the back of. I'm not a fan of Liverpool, but I'm telling you the reality.
We know
when you see a quality player, we all know. Mac Allister is one of the best midfielder in England right now.
That's a big word to say, but yes, is your word and is your own your own opinion about him. So I hold you to that, but still don't go anywhere. We are still here with you and we are still doing this, and it's still everything about football. But now let's go on the quick break. When we are back, we'll still talking on injury, but we'll just be moving up to La Liga and see how it goes when it comes to injury in La Liga. We'll come back. Yes, welcome back. We are still yet discussing everything about football and the injuries, the early injuries in the early stage of the season. That has been a very big blow to a lot of clubs at the moment, and this doesn't take away the La Liga clubs. Like a lot of La Liga clubs are also going through this. If we are going to start with Atletico Madrid has players like Depay.
Yes, they have a lot of injury players.
Memphis Depay.
We have Memphis Depay. We have Angel Correa. We have Thomas Lemar. We have Thomas Lemar, which they are very, very important players.
Like from Memphis Depay, I know that Memphis Depay has a replacement with Morata. Yes, but at the same time, Memphis Depay is just like a lion on pitch. He can do some things. He can actually turn the heads of games at a moment and everything. And it's actually good to have two strikers. So when you know that today is not the moment of a particular striker, you can easily bring in another one to say, okay, maybe it's not your own time. Let me bring in this one to be your own time. And that's a very big blow for Atletico for that side. And at the same time, Thomas Lemar and Angel Correa, these are key players to Atletico
attack. Angel Correa has been in spectacular form since the beginning of the season. So I just pray that this injury will not affect him, because their next match in the Champions League now is very, very important.
Very, very important.
And I hope at the same time Angel Correa will be back before then. But I think Angel Correa injury is not as
as long as Memphis Depay injury.
Definitely.
But at the same time, he's not sure maybe he's going to be in the next Champions League. Maybe we not like give ourselves.
We are not too sure about that. But on the other side, he may still be available.
He may still be available.
But he's still doubtful for
now. It's just like a finger cross. But let's look at it with what is going on in the league table when it comes to La Liga Santander. The league table has been crazy.
Yeah, if you look at, like, if you even look at Atletico Madrid now,
yeah,
you can see that Atletico Madrid has been in a spectacular form, scoring a lot of goals.
But at the same time, we still have Real Sociedad actually moving to the top of the league. And Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are still fighting. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid are actually fighting.
Definitely. But if you look at Atletico Madrid now, you can see that Atletico Madrid is in the right form. He has been scoring a lot of goals. It's not like the Atletico Madrid we know before. Atletico Madrid that will just score one goal and they will defend all through. But if you watch their last 2-3 matches now, they have been scoring a lot of goals against Cadiz. They do come back.
They have been scoring. They've been much open. Their attacking has been
they are playing attacking football. They are not playing defensive football again. At all. If you see, they are scoring a lot. Even with the likes of Lemma and Co, that they have been of injury. The other players are still they are still proving their worth. They are really performing.
They are really performing. But now with this injury, are we going to be seeing back the defensive line of Atletico in action? Because Atletico Madrid is known for when things are not going their way, putting their trust in their defense line.
To me, it's not going to affect them, because if we watch their last 2-3 matches, the other players has been on the injury and they have been performing. It's only India Korea that played their last match.
Yes.
Or the other Memphis Depay and Co has been on the injury.
But India Korea has been a very, 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 very important role in their attacking system at the moment.
If you watch their last match, their last match they played in Champions League. India Korea did not play and they also won. They won the game. So to me, India Korea would not really affect the team like that, because other teams, they are really trying, they are performing. So to me, it's not going to affect them like that.
So if you guys doesn't know, the competition in La Liga has been so high and has been so intense that everybody has been on their toe. And now almost all of them are having injury blow earlier in the season. And another club that is having an early injury blow is FC Barcelona, the La Liga champions themselves, and they're having a series of injury blows, starting with Pedri, and then we have De Jong.
Frenkie De Jong.
We
have Frenkie De Jong. We have Gavi. Gavi is on suspension. Pedri. Yeah. Pedri is on injury. And we have Lewandowski. But there's probability.
And we have Rafinha also.
But there's probability of those 3 players returning before the Clasico.
Yes.
There is probability of 50-50 for Rafinha, Pedri, and Lewandowski. Lewandowski and Frenkie De Jong.
Frenkie De Jong has 16 matches to miss. 16 matches to miss, and that shows that it won't be available.
Frenkie De Jong will not be available. But if you look the likes of Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Pedri, so there is a probability of them being available. I'm not too sure, but depending on the assessment of their team doctor, but there is probability of them being returned before then. But Gavi will not be available. He's on suspension. He has a red card.
Gavi will not be available for Champions
League, not in La Liga. So he's not going to affect them like that.
He's not going to affect them much in La Liga, but now we know that they are topping the table in Champions League table. But at the same time, Gavi picked up a red card.
The
red card was not even necessary. Let's actually have a fact for ourselves. Gavi is a very good player, intelligent player, but he picks up yellow and red that are very, very unnecessary. And I don't think I've seen a player as reckless as it. Yeah, we have players that are reckless, but reckless with sense. Are we saying this comes with age?
Yes, you are right. It has to do with experience. You know, in anything we do, experience really matter. No matter how good you are, there are some stages that experience is very, very needed. To me, the red card he picked against Porto, it was a very, very silly red card.
Because from the first yellow to the second yellow and the red, they were just unnecessary. It's not necessary to make that kind of foul.
The red card he picked against Porto. He showed how inexperienced he is. Though Gavi is a very, very good player, but the red card he picked against Porto, for you to know how crucial you are in the team.
In a team.
We have a list of injury players.
Yes.
So for you, Pedri is not available, Frenkie de Jong is not available.
And you know, the only people that are actually in the midfield working at the moment should be Gavi, Romeo, and Gundogan.
Yeah, Gundogan.
And Romero is just even supporting, because Romero actually made a lot of mistakes in that Porto match. He made a lot of mistakes in that Porto match, and that's the issue with them, knowing that Romero is not too holding, and they actually make Gavi the holding midfielder.
Yes,
to make it Gundogan to have access for Gundogan to move forward, to actually play
support the strikers,
role which was supposed to be Frenkie de Jong work. Now that Gavi is taking a red card, how do you feel that their next Champions League match will look?
Before their next Champions League, there is a probability of Pedri being available for that match.
Yes.
So there is a probability.
Yes.
So if Pedri is available, so I don't think there will be a problem
for them. And at the moment, they win their 2 matches and they are topping the
table. So if their next match, if they can just manage to draw that match, I think they are on a good edge.
They are on a good edge. And maybe in the last 2 seasons. Okay, now with El Clasico coming on and their rivals Real Madrid actually also having some blows with injuries. If you should know, Real Madrid has their keeper, their main keeper, their first keeper
out of the season.
But
they've loaned another keeper from Chelsea.
Yes, they have
keeper. And the only injury player Real Madrid is having now, we have the light of Eder Militao. We have Eder Militao. We have Andagula.
And Andagula has not even played any match.
He's not even a starter.
Already. Yes,
to me, he's not a starter. So we only have Eder Militao. And Thibaut Courtois is out of the season.
Yes.
So to me, the injury is not really going to be affecting
And
Madrid.
you know, Alaba too is on injury.
Alaba is on.
Yes,
but Alaba will be back. I think Alaba will be back
before the Clasico.
So because I think Alaba will be back mid of this October.
Mid-October, yes. So, Alaba should be back by mid-October.
Alaba should be.
At the same time, Militao has been a crucial role to their defense, especially when they are playing against Barca. As an El Clasico match, when they play against Barca, they go all out. And now, having someone like Militao out, I know Valverde is still there to cause some damages, but at the same time, having someone like Militao out and Alaba not so sure of coming back, and Kepa, this is his first time keeping a El Clasico match. Are you not thinking what I'm thinking of? Real Madrid having 1 or 2 issues, and with the record they have with Barcelona recently, they only won one matches against Barcelona last season, and that was the Copa del Rey final.
To me, it's not really going to affect Real Madrid, because if you see, Real Madrid has a lot of quality players
at the moment, yes,
with the likes of Rudiger and the defensive line. Yes. So they have a lot of players that can actually cover for Militao, and they have a lot of players that can actually cover for Alaba. So to me, it's not really going to, if they're in their right form, it's not going to really affect.
Let's now look at this like El Clasico. What are you expecting from El Clasico?
The El Clasico is going to be a very, very tough match. But to me, I'm giving it to Barca.
Barca.
Yes, definitely. I'm giving it to Barca.
Yeah.
Because if you check their last 2-3 matches in El Clasico now, Real Madrid has not been performing well.
Real Madrid has not been performing well. They've been actually brutalized. Let's just use that word. But at the same time, we can't say how it goes. But we'll still talk about El Clasico very well when it's much nearer. We're just bringing it into this one just to know how it goes. Well, because we are talking of injuries, and they have a lot of players on injuries also. And now, seeing these, the injury issue at the talking of Premier League and La Liga, and seeing that most of these people are having early injuries in the early stage of the season. What is this telling you about football at the moment? It means that the techniques in football is being changing. And is it that players are being soft, or the trainings are not up to the task again?
Not really. If you check, mostly of this player, or most of these injury player, the injury is being sustained at the preseason.
Preseason, yes.
And sometimes the atmosphere is one of the things that affect player. And you know, this preseason, this thing of preseason is not what you play at where your stadium is. Normally, they can go and play preseason at Australia, in different countries. And changing of coach, changing of tactics. So that has been
that's what I'm saying. Changing of tactics is being a lot in almost all clubs. All clubs are changing things just try new things, like see what works best.
So
and
those
what
are
that doesn't work
those are the
best.
factors that really affect them. Changing of tactics, and so those are the.
But Guardiola has been always good in not having much injury player that affects him.
You know, Guardiola has a lot of quality players,
and that's actually been in his way of his style of working. From Bayern Munich, Barcelona.
if you look at Guardiola usually buy ready-made player.
He doesn't.
But Guardiola doesn't believe in nurturing a player. Guardiola believe in ready-made player. If you look at most of his player, most of the player he bought, they are ready-made player. They are players that they have been performing well before they are being bought, or before they are being brought to Manchester City. So Guardiola believe in ready-made player. Guardiola is not the kind of player that let me bring you here, maybe with time you'll be
you'll do well or something.
No.
You talking about that wants me to go to this one before we move to the correct odds, and I know a lot of people are waiting to just get the correct odds from you. You'll be the one doing that all for us. But before then, let's just talk about it. Let's move to Ligue 1 a little bit. And now what I want to talk about Ligue 1 is Dembele. Everybody know that Ousmane Dembele moved from Barcelona to PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. But since when he moved, he has not actually do well. He has 0 goals, 0 assists for a flank of quality of his. And at the moment, there are rumors that there is probability PSG will be loaning him out by January to any of these Premier League club, either Arsenal or Newcastle. Like, there are a lot of Premier League clubs lining up to get the loan. And I'm just like, do you think they shouldn't give him time, knowing that Dembele is a slow starter?
Everybody knows that Dembele has always been a very slow starter, and Dembele is an injury player. But I believe that with time, Dembele will prove his worth.
Actually, for the first time, Dembele,
changing of environment, adaptation to other players is very, very, very much important.
Of course.
Changing of tactics also.
If you're talking of changing of environment, this should be much changing of environment to Dembele. Dembele play for France.
It doesn't matter. It can affect anybody. Interaction with other atmosphere, or interaction with other players,
or new players.
So it can affect anybody. Being a player,
starting to find new connections.
Yes, it can affect all players. I believe that before December, Dembele will prove his worth.
Before December, Dembele will prove his worth. Yes or no, I don't know. And to me, I don't feel like him moving in the first place away from Barcelona was a good idea to me. But anyhow it is, he's now in PSG, and all we want is to see him perform, because I think they've played up to 6 matches. And now 6 matches, league matches.
But most of the matches, it doesn't start.
It doesn't start, but at the same time, you should remember Dembele very well. Dembele played first match in Barcelona. He did an assist.
Yes.
In his first match in Barcelona. That's how good he is.
But I believe with time, Dembele will
prove himself, and the way they perform movably against Newcastle is actually something a lot of fans has been talking about, and that's what has been putting pressure on Dembele recently.
When you are just mentioning Dembele, it's not only Dembele that performed woefully in that match. The whole team in total performed woefully, because in that match, Newcastle was an underdog. Nobody believed that Newcastle could beat PSG for.
I did.
To me, I never knew that. I never knew that.
If I was betting that match, my money would have been on Newcastle.
To me, I never knew that Newcastle could have beat PSG 4-0.
I know I was not expecting 4-0, but I was expecting
4-1.
Like
4-1 with the goal margin was too much for the calibers of player that PSG have.
PSG has the likes of
and Mbappe. Look at their coach now.
Luis Enrique, with what he has done in Spain,
the likes of Donnarumma, Mbappe and co. They spend a lot in this season.
They actually spend a lot of money, and still yet nothing to actually write up for it, and it's.
They have the likes of
and they've not been actually doing well in the league also.
Ramos. And they perform.
They actually not been doing well too in the league actually.
But they are still trying in the league. But in their last matches in the Champions League it was a very bad day for them. That match, the scoreline is too woeful. it was too woeful for Newcastle.
Hopefully they come back very soon and see how it goes. Newcastle has also been doing well for themselves, especially when they have a new buyer of the club. Since then, Newcastle has turned a new leaf. And it's as if they are seeing the Newcastle of 1996, 1995 back.
And Newcastle spend a lot of money, which it has really been paying back. The likes of Tonali, Sandro Tonali, Isaac, they go down. Isaac, they bought one player. They buy this guy from Everton. Go down. So they spend a lot of money. So at least,
and it's actually paying off.
And it's actually. We
are seeing the money they spend is showing.
It's really showing now. So I believe PSG will still perform. To me, I believe.
Well, you heard it. PSG will still perform, and all the injuries is affecting some clubs, but it's not affecting some other clubs. We're still here. We are not going anywhere. But after the break, we'll be giving you a correct odd of around 7 odds to like 5 odds to 7 odds that you can actually place your money on, and I'm sure you're actually going to win. If you're a big money spender, put in a lot of money and you win. And if you just want to do it on a low, you can do it. But after this break, that's when we'll be giving you that from Omadeyinka Awolowo. We'll be giving you that. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Welcome back to the show. We are in the segment of giving out the prediction. So as we all know, please play responsibly. If you are not up to 18 years, do not play, and only play with what you can afford. So as we all know that we are in the international break is on, which country games are playing on. So I'm giving out Bulgaria Lithuania over 1.5, as it will be showing on the screen as I'm saying it. Bulgaria Lithuania over 1.5, Ukraine Macedonia over 1.5, Hungary Zambia over 1.5, Norway Spain S2 and over 1.5, Slovenia Finland over 1.5. Please play responsibly. Only play with what you can afford to lose.
Yes, that's it. You've heard it. So please play responsibly. Play responsibly. We'll be here again next week to give you another correct order, and at the same time to give you all the analysis of everything that is happening in football and to make you understand better what and how football works. Hika, how do you see today's show?
We thank God for everything. It's quite interesting. So we thank God for everything.
Yeah. So let me just go now so I can go and make my own bet too and chop money fast. So please, as we said the first time, please try to subscribe. And if you actually make it to the end of this video, you know we really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you. So please try to subscribe to our channel, subscribe, and at the same time on the bell notification, so that anytime we drop a new post, you will be the first to know. Until next time that will be coming your way, I remain your own boy, VJTY.
I still remain Adeyinka Oluwaseun David. Please don't forget to like and share this video.
Oh, definitely. Till next time that will be coming your way, we are leaving you with peace and love. Bye-bye.